He smiled at me like I was supposed to smile back, as if a decade of hard work, of sacrifice, of showing up first and leaving last meant absolutely nothing. Like I should just hand over everything I had poured myself into to Tommy. Tommy, who couldn't tell an EBITDA from alphabet soup. Tommy, who married my wife 6 weeks ago. And there stood her father, my mentor, silent, fork hovering over his plate, gaze like a blade. Tommy's taking over, he said flatly. You'll deal with the admin and the divorce. The wine in my mouth soured instantly. The steak in front of me might as well have been a slab of stone. I didn't say a word, just nodded. Then I stood, excused myself politely from that flawless oak table. They thought I was finished, but I was just getting started. A decade ago, I walked into that office with nothing but a backpack and belief. Back then, Harold Manning was a giant, and I was no one. He said I reminded him of a younger version of himself. Said he saw fire in my eyes. And when his daughter began dropping off coffees and conversation, that fire turned into something more. We got married beneath the same trees where his first factory had been built. He gave me a promotion and told me, someday this will all be yours. I gave everything to that company. Skipped holidays, missed birthdays, missed living. And apparently, I missed the way she looked at Tommy when I wasn't home. The intern, the tennis coach, the one with the fake laugh and the real hunger. I began noticing the cracks. Passwords quietly changed, files that vanished. Tommy started showing up to meetings he had no business attending. And my wife, she stopped wondering if I'd be home for dinner. She already knew. A hotel receipt tucked into her coat pocket spelled it out. Room 90006. The Ritz. 2 glasses by the bed, captured in a photo I took from outside the window. Tommy's shoes on the floor. I didn't explode. Didn't lash out. Not at her, not at him, not even at Harold. I absorbed the blow. Let them think I was too blind to notice. I stopped speaking and started observing. Because revenge? It tastes better with a lawyer, on speed dial, and a spreadsheet full of receipts. I wasn't just a COO, I had access. I knew where the skeletons were buried, knew which shell companies hid the money, knew the risky dance they did with the IRS every tax season. Harold entrusted me with the chaos. I handled it quietly and backed up every file. Twice. Then I launched my own LLCs in the shadows, filed for private patents on the ideas I'd kept in my pocket, subtly lured away some of our biggest clients, never aggressively, always respectfully. Piece by piece, I built something new, right under their noses, using the same blueprint I used to build theirs. And all the while, I filed a divorce, with evidence. All the while, I smiled through board meetings. All the while, Tommy kept asking dumb questions. All the while, my wife pretended she still held the upper hand. She didn't. This morning, Harold walked into the office like the king of an empire. Crisp gray suit, cologne that smelled like an $800 apology, arrogance thick enough to slice. You ready to train, Tommy? He asked, wearing that same smug smirk from the dinner. He reached for his coffee. I smiled. No, I said, rising to my feet. I'm here to dismantle the illusion you think you built. His hand froze, coffee cup suspended midair. I dropped the folder onto his desk. Paper spilled. Financial records, emails, photographs, contracts. What is this? He asked, voice suddenly faint. Your reckoning, I replied. The SEC filings went in last night. My name cleared. Yours, highlighted in red. I leaked everything to your board 10 minutes ago. Check your phone. They've called 7 times. My attorney, the one who used to be yours, left a letter on your desk. An offer. Step down quietly. No press. No lawsuits. And I don't file criminal charges yet. And Tommy, he's not taking over your company. He's not taking over anything. He's on video stealing proprietary data and selling it to rivals. The emails are on page 3. If he's lucky, he'll end up with probation and a lifetime ban from LinkedIn. As for your daughter, she gets nothing. The prenup you made me sign to protect the brand works in my favor now. Every joint account she funneled assets into is frozen. She can keep the house. I already bought a new one. Harold looked like he aged a decade in a heartbeat. His hands trembled on the polished wood of his desk. "You ungrateful bastard," he muttered. "No," I said. "You are. I was your son. I earned that seat. You tossed me aside for someone who can't even spell integrity." He stared at me like I was a stranger. That's because the version of me he betrayed died that night at dinner. This one didn't need his name. I turned to leave. "Where do you think you're going?" he barked. "To the company I actually built," I said. "The one your clients trust now. The board approved my buyout." Tommy's arrest was public by noon. Harold stepped down by week's end, citing health reasons. My ex called, left a voicemail, said she missed the man I used to be. I didn't return the call. People ask how I kept my cool through all of it. The truth is, I wasn't calm. I was deliberate. Betrayal cuts deep, but revenge, when precise and cold, cuts deeper. And when you build something from scratch, you never really lose it. You just take it back, with interest,